This is Dee with DJ Designs, and today I have a tutorial to show you how to do two-tone ties with coordinating fabric that you might have in your stash that you can use up and make these wonderful boutique quality ties. I'll also show you a technique to how to make these perfectly with things that you have at home. I can show you how to make it perfectly. I was really surprised how it came out when I tried it. So stay tuned, let's get started. Okay, what I did for the second tie, the fabric tie, I did see someone on a YouTube video do this, so I tried it myself. I took a piece of cardboard. It was a shirt board I had gotten from probably Etsy, and it's the shape of the tie. I just cut out the tie, the shape of the tie, and I traced it and I cut it. And I also use this to do my interfacing because sometimes I like it to be a little stiffer. And you'll see what I mean once I do this, but it's really, really simple. What I do is I take a piece of fabric, a little larger than the tie. You can see on the other side how it's going to look. And I'm using my mini iron, but you can use any type of iron. Just, doing the crease is what I'm doing. It's just going to help me when I'm gluing it down. It's going to help me on the folds when I'm gluing it down. So on the corners, I like to just clip the corners to about a ½ inch. That's perfect. And I fold this tip up first so I can have a neat fold at the tip. And then I do the sides. Just do one side first. And if you use a regular iron, excuse me, it'll probably work a little better. And then here's the other side. And this is just a temporary guideline, like I said, for when I'm gluing. And this really works pretty well. I can't remember who to give credit to, but I saw someone doing this with a pocket. The bottom part was round and the top part was straight. So that was pretty good how she worked that out. Okay, so all I do is lift it up and I have my folds. Then I take my interfacing, and you don't have to use this, but this fabric is a little thinner and I want it to be, I want it to be a little stiffer when I put it on a tie. It just looks nicer. Okay, and it's fusible interfacing, so there's like glue on the other side. Make sure you have it the right way. I've done it backwards before, but not a big problem. But just make sure you have it facing the right way, and make sure you don't iron on the folds because all that effort is gone. And I'm just pressing it. All right, then I'm going to get my glue gun, and I'm using this Gorilla glue gun. I do like it because the glue sticks, it holds really well, especially this fabric. And I'm just lightly, you don't have to put a lot. You probably could even use a glue stick to do this as well. I do have a glue stick. I probably will try it with a glue stick. It might even be better too. So I'm just lightly putting, glue just to hold that fold over. And because I pre-pressed that, it's easier to get these folds over the interfacing. And I'll show you what I mean when I turn it over. All right, I'm gonna just do this corner here. And it doesn't have to be perfect because this end is not gonna show on the other side. So get that a little bit better. Yeah, it won't show on the other side, so you don't have to worry about that. But look at that. Look at that. That is so perfect. And I will be putting this on my denim tie, and I'll embellish it also with the animal print. I'm not sure which animal, but but look at that. Okay, I think I'm gonna try a camo one too, because I'm making my inventory for my upcoming fall vendor shows, and I'll just do it again so you'll see. And this is very easy to do once you get the shape and the size of the tie that you want to use for a template. So you just make it straight, and you can see how it's going to look. You can turn it over and see how it's going to look before you start pressing it. That looks pretty good. And once again, and the more you do this, the more practice you get. It's going to be easier to do. Even just a couple times I've been doing this, I found better techniques. So I find if I fold or press the sides first, it works out better. And then I just cut this and leave about maybe a ½ inch for that point, so that point can come even. And what I do, I just press the point, the fold over the point. Just press it, you know, it's just a guideline for when you're gluing it. And all I do is just bring it over close to the point as possible. Press that down. And then fold it over again. Make sure you got that point done. And press that. And this comes from practice, and I only done it maybe 3 or 4 times, and I can see that, you know, it has improved since I first started doing it. So, and you also can manipulate it once you take it off the template. So I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to pull this off and look at my press. That looks pretty good. Okay, so you can repress once you get the temporary press done, because now you're going to get ready to glue it. And I think I'm going to try this with a glue stick this time rather than the hot glue gun, so it won't show the marks on the other side. And this is what I mean about the point. You could, at this point, oh, let's make this, yeah, at this point you could, you know, make the point more defined. Yes, that looks good. And turn it over. Wow, that does look good. And it's going to be layered with my black denim. You can use black denim recycled, or I was able to find black denim in Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to do something like that. So let me get my glue stick. And this will be an experiment. I don't know, I just thought that this might work just as well. And you won't have that glue mark on the other side. And you can line this. I'm not going to line this one because the fabric is a little thicker than the other one. that I use. So, I mean, it's up to you if you want to line it or not. But I'm satisfied with the thickness of the tie. It's going to go something like this. Okay? Yeah, it looks like that glue stick worked. It is Elmer's glue stick. It says 2 times stronger. So, I'm sure the stronger it is, the better. Okay. All right, let me get some embellishments for this one, and I'll be right back. This fabric that I just used, I had just recently found this in Hobby Lobby, and it is thicker than the other one that I did, so that's why I decided not to line it. Okay, I stitched out some custom thread colors to match my fabric that I'm doing with my two-tone ties, and I decided to use the, I guess, a cream color, beige color to pick up the animal print, and I'm liking the way it's looking. And make sure you have a sharp pair of scissors, because you also don't want to cut these threads. These patches will be available, completed patches will be available on my website, and I'll put a link. But this is the kind of design that I'm trying to achieve, sticking with the color theme. I think I kind of like this. And I found these flowers in the beauty supply store, and I might do something like this. Ooh, I really like that. But I'm not sure, so I'm still playing with this. And this is the green one for my camo. And I really like the way this stitched out. And I'm going to try it for a bigger pocket so I can make my bows, because sometimes when I get these recycled jeans, I use the bows, but unfortunately the pockets only have, there's only 2 pockets, and I have several projects that I want to do, so I want to make my own pockets. So that would be an upcoming video if I make them bigger. But this is what I had in mind with the camo. Ooh, yeah, that's looking good. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this, but okay, let me come back and see how I'm going to do one more embellishment and we get these ties finished. Okay, I finished one of the ties off camera. We're going to do this one on camera. There were so many options. I just didn't know which one, how I was going to work this out. But this is how the camo came out. Look at that. Really like that. I added some embellishments and I did the bow, and I'll show you how I did this bow. What I did was I took a 7-inch square and I just stitched all around. I left an opening, so that you'll be able to turn it inside out. And you just pleat it with your hand. And then I'm getting my famous rubber band. This is a really neat technique to do any kind of gathering. I learned this watching so many videos when I was trying to learn how to do the glam ties, junk ties, glam ties, but look at that, okay? All right, now with the tie, after I stitched it, I, of course, put the glue on the back, and I'm just gonna trim a little here. Doesn't matter, I'm gonna leave just a little, let's see if we can see this. Yeah, just a little, maybe a 1/2 inch, to give it that layered look, okay? Then I'm going to fold this down and fold this down, and I need to get another rubber band. So, yeah, I get these rubber bands in Hobby Lobby. They're so inexpensive. I think I bought 3 of them. They were like $1 or something like that. And I have a lot on hand. So I'm just gonna maybe wrap that, maybe I'd say 3 times. That should be good. You don't want it too tight, but that's probably as good as it should be. And then you can maneuver the length or the size however you want. Okay. And I'm taking one of my pockets. I did a custom color on this to pick up the tan color in the camo fabric. Look at that. Really like that. And I'm undecided what I want to do. I had so many options. I could do the bow, then I could do this on there, or I can take the bow. Let me just see how this is going to look. And put the bow inside the little pocket here. And by the way, these pockets are going to be available on my Shopify site. You'll be able to do the custom colors either in black denim, or you can do it in just regular denim, blue denim. And you'll have the option of choosing the thread colors. Okay, that looks pretty good. But let me see, I don't know how I'm gonna finish this off. I could do that. Then I could put that up there. Or I have my little animal print butterfly. That might look good too. Okay, let me take it out and see what I want to do here. Okay, once we get the placement of the coordinating fabric, you can take your glue gun and all you do is just, you know, dab it on the edges. You don't want to go too close because you want to get that layered effect. Okay, and do like something like this, maybe a little dot in the middle. And you want to place it as center as possible. You want to give that layered look, if you know what I mean. And this is my pocket. All of these are heat sensitive. So it has adhesive on the back when you do place this on your tie or whatever you're going to do, your hat or whatever. And, you know, you just lightly tap. Now, I would use a heavier iron for this because the fabric is thick and you want as much heat as possible. So I'm going to lightly put this in, and I can go over this later just for purposes of showing you how I'm doing it. Just lightly doing this. And I'm going to go back and put this on my heavier iron or either my heat press. But I'm liking that. Okay, let's see. Do I want to do this? And this on top. Ooh, I'm liking that too. Okay. Decisions. I might save that one for another one. But I'm just really liking this bow and that flower. So, I don't know whether I want to do it on the animal print or the black. I think I want to do the animal print. Okay, I just cut a strip of animal print fabric to make this a coordinating color instead of the black. And then just put a dot of glue. Always put it in the front, the side, and the back. That's all you really need. Just a dot, just to hold it together. And the reason why I'm putting the seam in the front, because there'll be no seam in the back, and it'll be covered by the bow. Okay, hold that down till it adheres. I'll trim that a little bit. Okay, and I think what I want to do is put the black trim here, and then I'm going to put the small bow. And by the way, I get these in the beauty supply store. So it's all kind of things. One day I just took my time and just to see what I can find to embellish these ties. And it's amazing. They cost little of nothing. I think I paid like $1.25, $1.40 or something like that for this one. Hold it, and I'm going to trim it. Put a little more glue. Okay, and I think I'll just stick that there. And I'll put, yeah, we'll do that. I'll put this in the back since we're not going to see this. So this will be the back. And it'll cover the seam really well. You got to hold that really good. This Gorilla glue stick, it's very strong, very high temperature, and it really, really adheres very well. So I think I want to do the flower. And I guess this is probably really designed for your hair, but I'm going to use it for this. That looks nice. And I looked in my stash to see what I can find. My pins, I get these for little of nothing on line. And I think this would be a nice little touch here. Ooh, that's looking good. That's looking good, good, good. And also found some little doodads. I can probably put a flower here or a butterfly. I'm gonna try the flower. Probably should have put this on before I tack down the coordinating tie. But I'll probably lift it up after and put it so this won't show in the back. Okay. Oh, I'm liking that. I'm really liking that. Wow, look at that. All right, and lastly, I got these black beads. I really don't like the quality that much. I'm going to keep searching for some better quality black beads. I was able to find the pearl ones with no problem, but the black ones are really harder to find. So it's a little shorter, so I'm going to have to extend this as well. So look at that. I like that. Wow. That looks good. Okay, like I said, these patches will be available on my Shopify site. You have your choice of denim or black, and you have your choice of thread color. And I'll put a link in the description for that. Okay, this will conclude my tutorial on two-tone ties, coordinating ties. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you can, please subscribe. This will help my channel, and it will keep you notified on new tutorials that I'm doing weekly. So I will see you in the next video.